Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Facebook video. Today, we're talking about grief programs that are happening this summer for kids. And I'm joined by Amy Stapleton, who's the manager of bereavement services at the Chesapeake Life Center for Hospice of the Chesapeake. So Amy, thanks for coming and chatting about some of the programs that are happening this summer.
You're welcome, Tammy. I'm really excited to talk about these programs that we're offering for teens and youth. We're doing a new thing this summer. I think if COVID has taught us anything, it's that we need to be creative. We need to adapt and pivot and kind of meet people where they are. And so this summer, we're trying to do that. We're mixing it up a little bit. We're offering something for kids in the months of May, June, and July, and for our teens in the month of August. So I'm excited to talk with you a little bit about that.
Okay, great. All right, let's start with the first program that's coming up, Adventures in Grief. And I'm going to preface this by saying I know it's full, but we can take folks in for kids in for a wait list. Okay, so Adventures in Grief, talk to me a little bit. That's the title's cool. So tell me a little bit about what.
Yeah, sometimes we talk about grief as a journey. Sometimes there's some really sharp places and some pitfalls, some hard moments when we're not sure how we're going to make it up that hill. So we're partnering with Terrapin Adventures in Savage, Maryland, and we're going to be doing an obstacle course. In a lot of ways, grief feels like an obstacle, right? Something that we can't necessarily get over, something that we can't necessarily go under or even around. We just got to make our way through. And so I'm really excited to be offering this on May 15th from 10 to 4, again at Terrapin Adventures. As you mentioned, there's a wait list because we are full. We're, with all of our summer programs, honoring CDC guidelines and really working to keep kids safe. Every program will be masked participation, and kids will, have temperature checks and that sort of thing. But this particular program is going to all be outside. It's going to be so much fun. You don't have to necessarily be an outdoorsy or a physical type person, but we know that grief impacts us physically. And so being able to move our bodies actually helps us move our grief. And so we're excited to be offering this in May.
And what's the age range for that, for this one?
6 to 11, 6 to 12.
Okay.
We do have 12-year-olds that are participating. It's all outdoors. So if people are interested, just give us a call and we'd be happy to add you to the wait list.
Okay. And we'll make sure we always include our phone number. The way to reach us to register for these, we'll include that in our comment section, and we'll mention that at the end as well. But so ages 6 to 11 or 12, there's a fee, $40, right? For
$40. And for all of our programs, the fee is $40, and scholarships are available. We really want kids to have access to this programming. We know the difference that it makes when kids are together and they hear one another's stories and they realize they're not alone in their grief. So if finances are a barrier, please let us know that as well. There's an application for all of our programs that people will need to complete. There's a space on the application to talk about the need for scholarship money, and we're happy to provide that.
Okay. And we'll put that link again in our comment section so people can have easy access to that. Okay. So that's the first program, the Adventures in Grief. And that one, as we said, has a wait list, but that could be an opportunity. So the second one is called the Summer Grief Art Workshop. So tell me a little bit about that one.
Really, this is an opportunity for kids to be expressive in their grief. Sometimes we don't even have words for what we feel, and art is a real way for us to touch and express some of that. We are partnering with a local organization in Severna Park called Artsy Partsy. We've done several programs with them before. The hours are the same, 10 to 4. That program's going to be on June 26th.
Okay.
And it will be mostly inside in the studio. They have a ton of art projects planned. It will be facilitated by 2 of our licensed professional counselors, one of whom is an art therapist. Okay. And, it's really helping the kids make their grief visible And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay, so just clarifying, it's in person. Again, you're following CDC guidelines, looking at that same age range, 6 to 11, 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Fee again for this one, but scholarships available, fee of $40,
Yes.
but we have scholarships available. Okay. And that's in Anne Arundel County at a Severna Park artsy partsy location.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All right. How many, so that one's not full, that one's open. How many, what's the maximum? What's the cutoff for that?
10
Okay.
kids. Yeah.
Okay.
And for all of these programs, we'll have the same application process. People sometimes have asked, can they register for more than one?
Mhm.
Yes, but if they tend to get full, we'll need to kind of prioritize people who haven't attended any. Lunch will be provided as part of their experience, and they'll be able to, each kid that participates kind of leaves with a grief bag, if you will.
Nice, some resources that they'll be able to
Yeah.
take home. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the last one, the July camp. That's going to be rhythm and grief. So tell me a little bit about that one.
Tammy, I'm so excited about this one. This is going to happen this July, on July 17th from 10 to 4.
Okay.
It's going to happen at Watkins Park here in Prince George's County. And, the whole theme of this is involving music. And again, what are the nonverbal ways that kids can express themselves while they're grieving? So kids are going to be making their own instruments. They're going to be honoring their loved ones, maybe like creating a special song or dance as part of that.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the big reveal or not, but I also know they're going to be making rain sticks, which are like some of my favorite instruments. And here's the thing about music, Tammy. It's a lot like grief in that it sounds different, for everybody. Everyone has their own sound. Everyone has their own rhythm inside what their grief sounds like and feels like. And so again, this is just an opportunity for kids to be able to express that and be with other kids who are going through something similar, and together kind of amplify the support for one another.
Okay, awesome. And again, same age range.
6 to 12, yeah.
Yep.
That one is going to be outdoors, so it'll be at a pavilion at Watkins Park.
Okay.
We'll provide a rain date if necessary, if it ends up raining, but that one is an event that will happen outside.
Okay, great. And is there a restricted number for that one as well? Like how many?
10. Yeah, we've limited all of our programs to 10.
Okay.
And there will be, that also will be facilitated by 2 of our bereavement counselors, as well as a intern and a volunteer.
Okay. All right. And just so I know, we said we'd put it in, but just if you can give the phone number really quickly for registration, because people can call to register, or they can do the online application as well, right? Okay.
Yeah, so basically what people would do would be to contact the main number at the Chesapeake Life Center, which is 410-987-2129. They can register for camps at that point. We will email them an application, and either they can drop it back off or email it to us as well.
Okay, all right, great. And then you mentioned briefly the teens. So what's the plan for the teens this summer?
That's right, Tammy. That's going to happen in August, on August 14th, also at Terrapin Adventures.
Okay.
From 10 to 4. We're going to divide that teen group into 2 groups. So we're going to have one for junior high or middle schoolers, so ages 12 to 14 roughly, and then another group for high schoolers. Each of those groups will be 10 people.
Okay.
And people can register the same way by calling our main office. We'll send them an application. Terrapin Adventures is where we held the teen group last year, and it was so much fun. We really wanted to be able to do that again. The teens love being together. They love being outside and really supporting one another in their grief in this way.
And so both of those groups, the sort of the middle school, junior high age and the high school age, are all on that same day in August.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. All right. And the fee for that is the same as the other programs?
$40.
$40. Okay. With scholarships available as always. Okay. All
That's right.
That sounds like so many different types of programs and just amazing ways to be able to help.
Yeah, there's kind of a collective aspect of grief. And we know that kids and teens have really been holding that tightly over the last year and a half. And so to be able to provide a space, a safe space where they can come together, hear one another, see one another, move their bodies, talk about, all that's gone on in their lives. We're happy to be able to do that.
Yeah. And I think it's just great that there's a lot of different ways that you're doing that. So if one might appeal to one child, something else might appeal to somebody else. That's awesome.
Yeah, grief isn't just one way for any of us, right? So at different times in our life, we need different things. And so we want to encourage kids and teens to plug in ways that feel good and right for them at this time in their life, and to know that they're not alone in this process.
That's great. That's great. All right, Amy, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
All right, take good care.
I also want to be sure to thank the John and Kathy Belcher Institute for their generous support of the community education programs at Hospice of the Chesapeake. Thanks.